Hello everybody and welcome to this video. This is the first in a new series on William Shakespeare's Macbeth. In this series I'll be analysing Macbeth extracts in order to aid your English literature exam. In today's video we'll be analysing Lady Macbeth's famous Unsex Me Here soliloquy from Act 1, Scene 5. At this point in the play, Lady Macbeth has just received news that King Duncan will be spending the night at her castle. This chilling soliloquy gives the audience an insight into Lady Macbeth's ruthless determination. The raven is a bird of ill omen and may be a link to the witch's familiars. A familiar is an evil spirit such as a demon, which often takes the form of an animal and held to attend and serve the witches, therefore enabling them to carry out their evil deeds. Additionally, the raven itself could be a symbolic for death, and therefore foreshadows Duncan's death. Lady Macbeth then goes on to say that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Now the word battlements just means her castle, and the entrance is the threshold of her castle. The fact that she uses the lexis fatal, now lexis just means word, highlights that by Duncan spending the night at Inverness it will ultimately lead to his demise, his death. Lady Macbeth also uses the possessive pronoun of the word my. The use of the word my denotes her taking on the more masculine role and wanting to shed her role as a woman, which is expanded later on in this speech. Here, Shakespeare subverts the traditional gender roles. Therefore, Lady Macbeth can be seen as the antithesis of a typical Jacobean woman. Now, the phrase or the word Jacobean is what you'd call the audience of the time. It's not the Elizabethan audience, as at the time it was King James I who was at reign, and therefore the audience is a Jacobean audience. Lady Macbeth uses anaphora in order to invoke the help of the witches. This can be seen through the repetition of the word come, you spirits, come to my woman's breath, and come, thick night. This could be read as an allusion to witchcraft, which is a major theme in the play Macbeth. The mention of spirits or forces which cause mischief linked to Lady Macbeth. Therefore, she can be seen as the fourth witch. Either she is evil as they are, or she is in need of their evil powers in order to enable her to carry out her evil plan. Lady Macbeth calls upon the supernatural and pleads with murdering ministers to unsex her here, in order to rid her of her female qualities, and therefore she desires an internal transformation. Lady Macbeth is mentally preparing for the killing of King Duncan. She doesn't want to be gentle, soft, or sweet-tempered, qualities stereotypically associated with her sex. By taking away her womanly feelings of compassion and fear, and replacing them with more masculine qualities, she believes that she will feel no remorse. By calling on the help of these witches, she aligns herself with witchcraft and the supernatural, a crime of the era, therefore highlighting my previous point of being seen as the fourth witch. Lady Macbeth uses the exclamative sentence of "and fill me from crown to top toe full of direst cruelty," highlighting her emotional outburst, but also the urgency of putting her plan in motion. "Make thick my blood" suggests that she wants to prevent feelings of guilt and pity and compassion from reaching her. She wants to become cold-hearted and have warrior-like toughness. She then goes on to say, "Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctions visiting of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effects of it." And here, the essence of it, what she's trying to say is she doesn't want the forces of goodness, so compunctions visiting of nature, the forces of goodness, to invade her consciousness and stop her from proceeding in her evil plan. So shake my fell purpose, her evil plan, nor keep peace between it. So here, nor keep peace between it, she doesn't want anything to interfere with it or come or affect her plan at all. Lady Macbeth then goes on to say, come to my woman's breast and take my milk for a gull. Now here, woman's breast is a symbol of nurture, of motherhood. By her rejecting her womanhood, suggests that she feels that her female qualities impede her from performing the violent act of regicide. Now, if you're not sure what regicide means, it just means the act of killing the king. She is in fact going to commit treason. She then goes on to say, take my milk for gull. Now, gull meaning poison. Milk is once again another symbol. It's a symbol of life. And obviously, a mother feeds her newborn milk from her breast in order to give her newborn life. Once again, here Shakespeare is subverting the traditional gender roles, and we see that Lady Macbeth is the antithesis. So antitheses mean the opposite of your stereotypical female of the time, and also of for a modern audience too. We then have a reference to the four humours. If you're not sure what the four humours are, I'll have a link down below. It's really important if you're trying to aim for those top ends, so grades 7, 8 and 9, which are only going to the top 20% of the country, that you obviously do your own background research. So, gull is one of the four humours. Gull comes from the excess of yellow bile, therefore suggesting that Lady Macbeth has an imbalance of yellow bile in her body, thus turning her ruthless and affecting her emotions. Lady Macbeth then goes on to say, come thick night and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell. Here Lady Macbeth calls upon the night to conceal her deed from both heaven, the eyes of God, and from the public. Lady Macbeth is asking for her acts to be hidden, as hidden acts are immune from consequences. So the consequences that she would face would be consequences in the human world, the current world that she's living in, because remember, she is committing treason, but also in the afterlife. So remember, during the era they were very religious. So by her committing treason, she's going against divine rights, and therefore is going against God. If you're not sure what divine rights is, divine rights means at the time they believed that the person who was appointed to be king or queen at the time was appointed by God himself. Lady Macbeth then goes on to say that my keen knife not see the wound it makes. So the personification of the keen knife is used here as though it is responsible for the deed and not her. She then goes on to say, nor heaven peep through the blanket of darkness to cry, hold, hold. Here, Lady Macbeth wants to be the sole person with knowledge of this awful deed. She does not want even her blade, so the weapon of killing, so the knife, to know about the crime she's committing, or for heaven to realise and to stop her. So where it says to cry, hold, hold, that could be God crying, hold, hold, or angels to be crying, hold, hold, and hold, hold here means obviously to stop. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you leave. If you found this video helpful and would like more tutorials, then please press the like button and leave a comment down below. Until next time, goodbye.